first. I have never, ever seen anybody win a race by passing on the outside. How'd you do it?
I'll be honest, it was actually due to a mistake that I made right before the restart. Darian Grubb was the one that got us the track position at the end, and I made a mistake before the restart and let Jeff Gordon get underneath us off before, and I got to where I was right there on the outside and pulled him 2 car lengths, so I knew if I could just not get pushed up in the center of the corner that we could roll the corner well and make him keep him pinned down to where he couldn't open his entry up or his center up, and we kept him pinned down there and got the run off the corner and just had to hold him off for 2 more corners.
Tony, when you joined us on NASCAR Race Hub this week, you said that we talked about the fact that your previous 3 races here, you had not had good finishes. You said you were going to come back with a little bit different approach. Can you tell us what that approach was now?
Yeah, we came back with a 39 setup. So we tweaked on it to what we thought was going to be best for today, but we struggled. I mean, I'll be honest, we got 200 laps into this race, and nothing that we did the whole time was making the car do what we needed it to do. And I really put a lot of pressure on Darian at that point. I told him, I said, we really got to think about taking a lump right now if we have to at this point of the race to make a huge change to try to gain on it, because we just weren't gaining and everybody else was making their cars better and getting away from us. And Darian took some really big swings at it, made some really good changes, and he made 2 really key pit calls that got us the track position to give us that opportunity at the end. So he grew up 22 miles from here. This is his home track, and I told him I've never given a race win trophy away in my life, and this grandfather clock, the one that's up there, is going home with him, and I'm going to take the replica home.
Hey, Tony, you've been less than stellar on racetracks this year that had any concrete on them at all. Yeah. Okay, and as you just said, the first 200 laps, I mean, you were out there. You know what I mean? But I guess my question is, coming back from where you were, coming back from the year you had on concrete, how big a statement is this for this team and for you guys today as far as the championship goes?
Carl Edwards better not even take a nap the next 3 weeks. That's all I'm going to say. He's not going to have it easy by any means. So we're gonna keep putting the pressure on him and make it hard on him. I mean, we've got just as good a shot as anybody else to win this thing now, and we got a lot of momentum on our side with 3 weeks to go, and they're all tracks that I like and run well at. So I'm ready to go.
Tony, we saw it done earlier in the race with Kevin Harvick in the 29 team, changing just left side tires. You and Darian Grubb decided to do that on lap 397. Now, you had to come back to pit road a little bit later for 4 fresh tires. Interesting strategy, left sides only.
Yeah, you normally don't see that anywhere, but the thing that we were seeing with the Goodyears this weekend, and it's kind of what we've had here in the last couple of races, is a lot of graining on the left side tires, and we were graining both the left front and the left rear. So with that in mind, it was better for us to change the lefts, because they were the ones getting worn out, not the rights, and just keep those tires fresh. We could go about 40 to 45 laps before we could really notice those tires going away. So it was awesome strategy by Darian to do that the first time. It was my mistake that I thought we had a flat and we came in, but Darian made that same call again later on that got us the track position and gave us actually a little fresher tires at the end to take a shot at Jimmy.
Tony, you're the only guy that's won a championship in the old format, now in the new format. Just how high is this competition level right now? It seems like it's never been more competitive among the top drivers in Sprint Cup.
Yeah, but it is, and the top 12 guys in the points are probably the tightest group of drivers that we've seen in a championship hunt. But just like what you saw with Matt Kenseth, I had a front row seat of what happened with him in the 83 car, and that's what you worry about. You worry about one of these other guys that's the other 31 guys that are out there that can actually dictate and affect what's going on with this championship. But for the most part, if you're going to have something happen, it's going to happen here at Martinsville, and we got 1.5 miles on out. So we got the 1 mile track and 2.5 miles. So we got some bigger tracks coming up.
And Tony, I liked your strategy also earlier this week when you said, I'm not going to worry about math. I'm just going to show up and win races, and that's what we're going to do from here on out.
Yeah, it's a lot easier just to worry about that. Yeah. It's there were times today when Carl, you could tell, was not happy with his race car and would get in a position where he was thinking big picture versus what was going on at the time, and you have to do that. But where we were sitting, we didn't have anything to lose, and you still have to run a smart race. I mean, you look at our car; it's probably got less marks on it that than most of the field does. But you know, at the same time, we were able to push when it was time to push and get ourselves in that position.
Well, as is the custom, you've done this a few times. We need you to autograph the Sunoco flag. And we remind you that each week here on NASCAR Victory Lane, fueled by Sunoco, one lucky fan will receive a Sunoco checkered flag autographed by the winner of the race. Enter online at speed.com, keyword Sunoco to win the flag that Tony Stewart has just autographed. Coming up, we'll talk to his crew chief, the pride of Floyd, Virginia, Darian Grubb.